In today's video, we're continuing our coverage on the Kaiju, a legendary MonsterVerse. So, we've had the most recent trailer. We've had some things appear online. We are eating so good with the amount of content and context that is coming out from Godzilla X Kong: The New Empire. Even though we've had trailer 1, 2, 3, although you would say the teaser trailer, then trailer 1, then trailer 2, depends which way. But we've had a lot of content and a lot of trailers. And we've even had Adam Wingard at IGN FanFest come out and say a bunch of stuff. Respectfully, in my opinion, we should have got new footage at IGN FanFest. I think it was like a day or two ago. But like your boy Warstu told you, back in 2021 for Godzilla Vs Kong, I mean, at least there we got a bit of new footage. We literally got no new footage. I understand why they're marketing this movie very weird. It's almost to me like all the Kaiju MonsterVerse YouTubers are doing a better job promoting this movie than the actual studio. I mean, I get it. We've had the second trailer, but why are you hiding the actual villain when there is official Funko Playmates toys out that's already revealed it? Now, I know I said in the most recent trailer video we did that we should be getting a SHIMO trailer. Respectfully, even if a trailer is 40 seconds long, it's a new trailer. It's just semantics. It is what it is. So, yo, what is good, YouTube? Warstu here. If you're new around, make sure to subscribe to never miss any Kaiju, Marvel, DC, pop culture-based content that I try to cover on a daily basis. If you could, subscribe to the channel. Comment down below. What are you most excited for the movie? It comes out in just over a month at the end of March. If you could become a channel member, that really does help support the channel and support your boy Warstu. Also, please follow me on Instagram at Warstu to see the beautiful face behind the beautiful voice. And also, if you could, check it out on x.com or Twitter, WarstuG. So let's talk the plot leak. Now, we've had trailer 1, we've had trailer 2, and we've had a bunch of other stuff come out recently. Careful for spoilers. So it's pretty clear to me that all the test screen info that came out nearly a year ago now, and the most recent test screen information, it is all 100% true. So let's go over it. The tone of the New Empire is exactly the same in Godzilla vs Kong. Same director, but silly and crazy and bombastic. Now, what is interesting is, if you go and watch trailer 1 again, then watch trailer 2, they've almost tried to mislead the audience. And I believe they have edited the movie very differently to somewhat give it more of a serious tone. But from what we understand, the original test screening was a bit silly, was a bit bombastic, and still is, although trailer 2 has given it a somewhat more serious tone. But let's be honest, it ain't going to be Godzilla -1 kind of tone. So the movie opens with Godzilla destroying a Titan called Arachnic. Now, this is literally in every single test screen plot leak information that there is going around. With Kong hunting down a huge pack of jackass as he eats Monarch, having a conversation about how lonely he feels and how he might be the last of his kind. He empathizes with Kong, who doesn't seem to be looking for prey or predators, but fairly in the hollow earth. He is sad during this part of the movie, and he's lonely, but we already know this because Godzilla vs Kong. So this one goes over to say the villain is Scar King, but this is literally 10 months old. There is 2 villains in the movie called Scar King, and the first Titan ever called Shimo or Shimu. We already know which one it is. So his name was revealed during the Call of Duty event a year ago. Okay, interesting, because when people seen that image, they thought it was Space Godzilla, because they literally look the same. And every time I say this, I get someone in my DMs telling me I'm wrong. Yo, I'm not delivering the information. I mean, I guess I am. It's not my information. I'm just going over a few things. So what's interesting here, right? Remember, this is a year ago. He has a crystal on his back, and he can unleash Shimo. So, whiplash, whip slash. Yo, lads, I know it's called whip slash, but when I say whiplash, I'm trying to make you comment. So there's a crystal at the end of whip slash. And we also know that because it says it on literally all of the toys. So this is something that I don't think is out there as much, but it's still public knowledge. It says, born in the age of the enemy, she is the source and the alpha of all titans. Interesting. The flying creature in the mural is Godzilla. The best aspects of this film, surprisingly, are the human aspects. They have improved in almost every way over the previous 4 movies, I presume it's trying to say. There is a lot of world building that connects to the last few films, which would make sense. Or else what was the point of having them films? Scar King has a long history. He is an ancient old species, older than the Kongs, who protected the planet alongside his other orangutan band, eventually stabbing his own kind in the back until a Godzilla came to defeat him and sealed him into the deepest pits of Hollow Earth, along with the chimpanzees who joined him. Okay, this is quite... to be honest, all this information is consistent, and I've not been over this one for a while. So what I've done is I've accumulated all the information into like one long article, which I think is pretty accurate. Kong meets a new friend, Suku, a smaller monkey that came from Scar King's lair, and Kong claims him as his own. This is where the inspiration came from. Son of Kong, and this is probably why Variety, back after Godzilla Vs Kong back in 2021, when all the trade was saying this movie was going to be called Son of Kong, so there was somewhat validity to it. Monarch and the army clash. They are looking for the solution to keep the Titans away and under control, which does line up with the Monarch TV shows to a certain degree. Scar King has his own secret weapon, a giant snake corpse that he uses as a whip, aka whip slash. Godzilla is seen sleeping on a Colosseum. Jaya has dreams and visions that lead to King Scar. The final fight is the absolute best. Kong gets an upgraded weapon in an unbelievable way. And to add validity, this was posted over 10 months ago, so we know it's real. So a bunch of scenes have leaked, a bunch of images have leaked, and regardless of what people will want to say, they're real. Whether they're concept art, whether they make the final cut, we don't know. But we get a look at Time It. There's literally images of Time It on the internet. Scar King riding on Shimu actually looks weird as because it looks like Scar King is surfing on Shimu with Kong's axe. Now, there is an image going around that's been confirmed to verify to potentially be true. Scar King and Shimu charging at Godzilla and Kong. Holy Shimu looks so good, and to be fair, the more I see of real images of Shimu, she does look good. She looks a lot better than what you've expected. Shimu is literally built like a dragon. Kong's Beast Glove is used to amp his punches. It's worth saying this came out before Trailer 2. Tiamat's appearance looks very similar to the concept art, with maybe a green like to her body and lots of spotting pink. Interesting. A mutton around her body, sides and fins. Kong's glove does generate a bit of blue electric Sujic charge, but it's not clear if it actually does any more damage. It's more a visual prompt more than anything. Also doesn't happen during his battle with Godzilla in Cairo, but does when he fights Scar King. So it's unclear if it charges over time. As said, it's unclear, unexplored. The electrical punch does knock some of Scar's teeth out. I mean, we've all seen the most recent trailer. This information came out before said trailer, so we know the information is true, don't we? Yeah, we do, lads. So let's carry on. One of the clearest shots I have the frame is similar to this. Shimu is overwhelming and freezing Godzilla with her ice breath. Mothra sweeps in and distracts Shimu with a scale pulse, giving Godzilla time to break out. Now, it is worth saying, I've read something that is publicly out there that states that Godzilla literally gets smashed by Shimu to the point where Godzilla is useless against Shimu. To the point where it's basically saying Shimu is so powerful that Godzilla, can he do anything to her? Which is absolutely insane if that's actually true. I can't confirm or verify anything. I just report stuff that I see online. Kong loses his tooth, biting into a wart dog. This happens long before the Godzilla scene rematch in Cairo. The shot of Scar King sizing up Kong is actually making fun of Kong's metal tooth in front of his army. There's even a scene where he walks up to Kong and shoves a finger in his mouth to inspect his tooth. And we do kind of see that in the trailer, lads. We do kind of see that in trailer 2. Mothra's eyes appearing blue-pink during the Cairo sequence could be from Godzilla's pink energy reflecting off them. Mothra is no longer brown. She is orange, white-ish. I mean, again, trailer 2 confirms that. The Cairo battle plays out like this. Kong nails Godzilla with a few blows to the head that leaves him dazed for a few seconds, just long enough for Kong to grab him by his tail and start dragging him towards the portal. Godzilla shakes the cobwebs off and begins to charge fire his atomic breath. Kong, destroying the Great Pyramid in the process to stomp Kong into the ground, and is about to blast him again when Mothra shows up and sends Godzilla hurling backwards with a pulse. Interesting, because someone redacted this claim and said the following, which is interesting. This isn't entirely correct. Kong more like dazes Godzilla for a few seconds. He literally knocks him unconscious for at least 10 seconds. Moreover, Godzilla never stomps Kong in the ground. When he wakes up, he only manages to kick Kong away. Then he tries to blast him with the atomic breath. That's when Mothra steps in. Either way, lads and ladettes, this fight is going to be it's going to be a pretty cool movie. And then it goes on to say this. Mothra's fate is that the Iwi have a barrier that protects them from the rest in Hollow Earth. But it weakens throughout the film until Scar King finally has it blasted open. The movie ends with Mothra threading it back together to repair it before flying deeper into Hollow Earth. The Rio battle enters Pipeworks Godzilla game territory. Scar King uses the whip to wrap around buildings and hurl them at Kong whilst he smashes through them with the Beast Glove. It's worth saying a lot of this happens in said images that have been revealed over the last week or so. And also a lot of this takes place in trailer 2, which, like I say, this information came up before trailer 2. So validity-wise, you've got to think a lot of this information thus far that we've spoken about is 100% true. So in regards to how Scar King actually controls Shimu, there is a bit here where it says, Scar King stumbles upon a crystal curse with devil-like energy corrupting his mind. The crystals are mysterious, but they're hinted to be related to the Hollow Earth crazy energy, which flows with time itself, as we know, based on everything we know from all the MonsterVerse movies, and also from the most recent Monarch Legacy of Monsters. Time definitely flows differently. Scar King somehow learns to use the crystals to control many titans to do his bidding, starting the war between Godzilla's and Kong's. Now, what I find fascinating about this is if this crystal has the power to control titans, if Shimu is more powerful than Godzilla, which evidently from all the information out there, Shimu can literally destroy Godzilla easily, surely with the whip slash, Scar King can control Godzilla. So it's very fascinating when it comes to all this crystal talk. Tainting the name of the Kongs with his greed, and with the help of the mysterious Godzilla and Mothra-like figure, the species was locked behind the mountains. Scar King roars and tries to grasp for freedom until rocks fall in front of him. It is explained that the few Kongs who escaped fled to Skull Island. The flashback continues with Scar King furious and taking his anger out on some of the other gorillas who fear him greatly. Through the destruction, he discovers Shimo slumbering in hibernation and attempts to gain control of the beast. Shimu awakens and defends herself against the tyrant, with the two having a deadly battle. The two are beaten at the finale of it, with Shimu charging a powerful beam of frost. Scar King, in a second of hope, manages to gain control with the crystal and forces Shimu's head to blast to the roof of Hollow Earth. It is so powerful that it creates a hole and freezes over the entire Earth, creating the Ice Age. Godzilla is described as the glowing fate whose breath takes as it pleases, and an incarnation of the power. Kong is described as a wanderer of history, being the connection of the past and the present with Titans. I mean, it's interesting because it still does not explain how the crystal can control any Titan, really. The flashback concludes with the Tri-People pointing towards a glowing temple, which they requested for Gia to walk the path of, due to her Iwi heritage and connection to said Titans. It's very... I mean, if you really want me to go over everything, it really would be a 30 to 40 minute video. And realistically, it's so in-depth that it would take a very, very long time. But I guess most of you have actually come for like the final battle kind of information, so we'll go over that. So the final battle concludes with Suku and Doug traveling up the backs of Shimu, striking him with rocks. Scar King attempts to grab the young Titan, which gives enough time for Kong to punch him. Scar King and Shimu face their attention to Kong with Shimu's tail, whipping Suku off Doug into the rubble. Suku decides the glowing crystal with Scar King holds and thinks of a strategic way to obviously get rid of it. The army of Kongs continue battling Godzilla with Mothra's scales, sending them to sleep. Seamless, the army is finished with Godzilla and Mothra joining the battle. Godzilla and Kong attack Scar King and Shimu, with Mothra delivering aerial-based attacks. Whilst the group busy battling, Suku manages to get on his feet again with the support of Doug, charges into battle once again in a heroic way. He manages to smash the crystal in slow motion. Scar King quickly notices this and roars with complete fear and anguish. He grabs Suku with success before Shimu snaps out of the mind control, which the crystal is seeming to give Scar King. Godzilla, Kong, Mothra stop and witness this. Shimu glances back at them with an innocent expression. Kong notices his glove begin to spark with lightning. A purple blue is traveled through thus far. Scar King glances at Shimu, dropping Suku, and raises his whip slash in fear. He roars and attempts to whip the Titan into submission before being jumped by the Frost Beast. Shimu's revenge is a result of multiple frostbite wounds, similarly delivered to Kong. Scar King gets back to his feet and whips the beast away. It is now Godzilla, Kong, Mothra, Shimu, Suku, and Doug versus Scar King. The true finale of the battle commences. Mothra and Kong charge toward the Scar King. Shimu and Godzilla do as well. Suku, Doug land more distracting attacks, giving advantage to the rest of the group. Kong delivers a punch to the Scar King with a climatic tone, showing sparks of lightning. Kong is amazed with the power and continues kicking more and more. Scar King attacks back at Kong. With Kong climbing a nearby mountain with Mothra's guidance, Godzilla grabs whip slash from Scar's neck, choking him behind. He lands on his fists and stands proudly, beating his chest, sending sparks of energy and squaring up against the enemy. Kong lands a few bursts and shocks of electricity against Scar King. Godzilla stabs his leg with his tool spike. Mothra advances and lets Shimo know of the weak spot, which the focus is now on. Shimo landing bites and clawing at his abuser. Scar King is concerned. Backing up against the rubble, roaring, grabs for whip slash, which is shattered by Kong mighty thunder. Shimu bites his leg and drags him back, and in the suspense, unleashes a large burst of frostbite breath, freezing Scar King in place as he perishes with a fearful looking expression. Finishing what he meant to do all those years ago, Kong is given the final blow against the frozen beast and lands a seismic punch, shattering Scar King into a million pieces. Crackling with lightning, Kong beats his chest in victory with lightning charging through him. Godzilla roars into the sky with Shimu, Mothra joining. Suku, Doug watch their elders roar in victory with Suku smiling and cheering with Doug. The Kongs awake in a confused state because they've been under mind control all this time. Wandering up to the Titan, they are shown peacefulness. Noticing the shattered remains of Scar King and whip slash, the film concludes with the following. Godzilla swimming back into the ocean. Kong within Hollow Earth, exploring with the other Kongs. They run together. Mothra is watching upon the mountain. Suku and Doug run after the group with Suku climbing a mountain. Viewing the beauty of Hollow Earth, Suku beats his chest and roars into the sky, mirroring the ending of Godzilla vs Kong. The question is raised if Suku, through his abuse, will pick up the same behavior Scar King did. It is stated that there is a strong bond enough to disallow any such violence in the future. Gia smiles towards the young Titan as a touching moment. With Kong swings around Hollow Earth with his kind and lands upon a mountain with Mothra and Suku. Kong beats his chest, energizing with the lightning as Suku does the same. It cuts to a shot of Godzilla in a strange new world as he roars into the camera, cuts over the entire Hollow Earth with Leaf wings covering the screen as the camera cuts to black into some dramatic music. The end. It doesn't actually state there is a post-credit scene or an ending scene, but like I say, these kind of things never make it test screener. If there is like a crazy ending scene, they usually cut them out of the test screener because they don't want stuff to leak. So I've added into this video what I believe is all the real stuff from most of the plot leaks. Yes, I could have went over the full plot leak. Adam Wingard did actually say there was a 9-minute sequence with the Titans, and I believe that is the final battle with literally every Titan involved. Yes, I could have went over the full plot leak, but basically, we've gone over a bunch of different plot leaks, which would all line up together and make the actual movie. I know these kind of videos do annoy people, but some people do appreciate them. I do read the comments, but really, if you really want me to go over the full plot leak that's publicly out there, you can find it yourself. That would be like a 30 to 40 minute video, which would take me so long to make. But basically, I've covered pretty much everything that I believe is real from said Godzilla x Kong. Like I said, it could all be, I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that these are the most accurate things that are out there that have been backed up from most recent stuff coming out, somehow appearing on the internet and Trailer 1 and Trailer 2. Yeah, and I believe this is how the movie plays out. So it is what it is. Please like, subscribe, and comment. Become a channel member for less than 9 MP. Follow us on Instagram at Warstu. Follow us on Twitter, WarstuG. Become a channel member for 99p. I do appreciate some people like these videos, some people dislike them. But either way, if you watched it, I am very appreciated of you. So like always, guys, I will catch you in another video very soon. Catch ya later.